Yeah, we need to stop every 10 minutes so it's easy to put them on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to give you some quick local news. I got to be real quick here. Luminant Monticello generating plant just came through today. Gotcha. Their EPA, cross-state emissions rules. They have 3 plants up there. I am in the power plant business. I know these 3 units up here very, very well. I work in those units from time to time. EPA, if the rules go through, will shut 2 of those 3 plants down. 2 of 3 will shut them down because they burn lignite, which has too much emissions, according to the EPA. It's been a huge hit for the Mount Pleasant economy. 600 plus jobs, plus 300 or 400 of the support jobs for maintenance and shutdowns and mines and stuff like that. It's a big hit. 9% of Luminous capacity will be shut down immediately. 3 months. You think that's the only thing? You are next. SWEPCO. You all pay your bill with SWEPCO. And again, this is my field, so I know what I'm talking about here. They have coal-fired generation. It's very cheap. They're going to be hit next. They're going to shut them down, and you're going to be paying at least 25% to 50% or 100% more than what you're paying now, because the cost of replacement power is that expensive. He said, Obama said during his campaign, I'm going to shut them. Can't shut them down, but I'll make them so expensive they won't be able to run. Guaranteed. He's a man of his word. I give him that. Expect rolling blackouts in Texas. We had uno poquito of spinning reserve left. That was it before we were going to hit the demand. When that happens, you get blackouts. You get rolling blackouts because they don't have the power. Hard summer heat, big winter chills, cold snap, you're going to have blackouts if they shut these plants down. The generation isn't there. Now, one reason. Is it clear why you need to make an impact? Is it clear why you need to make a difference? If you sit and we don't do anything, this is what you get. We all fell asleep, starting with me 3 years ago, and this is what we get. National debt, I'm going to family size this. Basically, they took all the information on the national debt and just got rid of the same number of zeros. And they said, let's make it like a family. We have a Jones family. The Jones family makes, I'm going to round these numbers off, $22,000 a year. That's what the income the Jones family made. The Jones family spends $38,000. They make 22, they spend 38. They put the other 16 to 17,000 on the credit card that your children will pay for. The credit card has a debt of $142,000. You make $22,000 a year, you owe $142,000. You get together with the family, you get a big fight, you got to cut expenses. You're spending $38,000 a year. You go through this just shouting, screaming match and everything else. You finally say, we've cut the spending. You've cut $385 per year off a $38,000 habit. And you pat yourself on the back and say, what a great deal we did. That, in a nutshell, is what just happened on the debt deal about 2 months ago. Raising the debt ceiling limit. That's numbers you can understand. I can understand that. National debt, according to the Wall Street Journal. Let's just make the rich pay for it and make them greedy businesses pay for it. Well, according to the Wall Street Journal, internal revenue, latest figures from probably 2008, 2009, if you took every penny that those evil, greedy corporations make next year, and you took every penny, not just taxes, every penny, that people who make $250,000 or more, every penny of what they make, took everything. You'd fund the federal government 6 months. You took every penny of every profit from the corporations, and not just the taxes, but you took every penny they made. You took the whole paycheck and gave them nothing if they made over $250,000. 6 months. When they say we're going to tax the corporate jets, we're going to do this, we're going to pay for all this stuff. As long as I can say it's a lie. I've got some other things, but I'm not going to say it. We're in the church. All right, I'm going to show you what the national debt looks like real quick. I got to go. That's $100. That's $10,000. These are all $100 bills. That's $1 million. That's a stack of $1 million. That is a stack of $1 billion. They throw $1 billion around, it's a rounding error. That's how much money it is. $1 trillion. That's not a toy, that's an 18-wheeler. $1 trillion. That's when they say we're going to spend $1 trillion. That's the money they're talking. That thing's almost up to the top of the tractor trailer. That is $1 trillion. Put $1 trillion on a football field, a soccer field, and a 747. That's what it looks like. There's 2 stacks, dude, this high. $100 bills. That's what the debt is for $1 trillion. We ain't done yet. There's 15 trillion. That's what your national debt was before they raised it. That's what they owe. And that's what they're saying, that ain't enough. That ain't enough. You see that little toy down there? That's an 18-wheeler. That's $15 trillion. That's what you owe, and that's getting more. Every day it's getting worse. How much do we owe for all the imputed things that we need to pay for? I'm going to run it off, $114 trillion. Basically, Social Security, all the things we've got to pay for in the future. Next one. That's what it looks like. World Trade Towers. Empire State Building on the left. Our national debt's the little square there on the right. That big building. That's how much in debt you owe. Remember how much the national debt was on the bottom right? That thing behind it's what we owe that's not on the books. They cooked the books and cheated that. That's what you owe. That's why we're here. I should have told you not to look at this and plug your ears and close your eyes, because this won't make you sleep at night. When they say Greece is going to fall, this is why. This is exactly what's wrong. Okay, you could finish this if Warren Buffett said, we can fix this up. I could end the deficit in 5 minutes. Just pass a law that says anytime there's a deficit more than 3% of GDP, more like at 26%. Congress, every member in Congress is not eligible for election, you're out the door. That would fix it. Next one. Our guest speaker, Mr. Tom Salgas. I hope I didn't take too much of his thunder from him, but it's amazing. You know, I put this in here to kind of warm him up for you. He's an inventor, constitutional law advisor, a monetary policy expert. He's another one of these gentlemen that Cindy was able to get that's just really, really intelligent. He's very good at what he does. He's an inventor or co-inventor. Holds more than 20 patents. That's pretty good, man. That's a lot of stuff. Chief Information Officer and Constitutional Law Advisor for the United States Bill of Rights Foundation, Washington, D.C. And he's their monetary policy expert. This guy is not someone who learned it in Kilgore College. This guy's sharp. He's worked the past decade with Dr. Erwin Vieira on updating a revised version of stuff with the Constitution. Most comprehensive study in existence on American monetary law and history from a constitutional perspective. That's an introduction to say this guy is very knowledgeable and knows what he's talking about. He's an excellent person to come in and talk to you about this kind of stuff. So at that, I turn it over. My time is done. I'm 1 minute over, and I thought I did pretty good. Cindy, did I do okay?